Where is Donkey Kong in this movie? The Super Mario Galaxy movie needs to answer these questions. In the first Super Mario Bros. Movie, there was a lot of fanfare, which in part is what made it great. You know, you had Mario, Luigi, you had Peach, you had Toad, you had the whole Donkey Kong Jungle Kingdom with Cranky Kong, we saw Chunky Kong, we saw Diddy Kong, we went to Brooklyn, we saw the old Mario commercial theme from the Super Mario Super Show. We had a Mario Kart scene, there were Easter eggs everywhere, which made the experience great for Nintendo fans. But I felt like it hurt the movie because the plot was so rushed to fill in all of this fanfare. And I feel like the Super Mario Galaxy movie is falling into the same trap. I mean, we've only had trailers and clips so far, and we already know that Yoshi's gonna be in the movie, we know that Rosalina's gonna be there, Bowser Jr. is gonna be there, we now see this mysterious leg of who I think is Fox McCloud, and if that's the case, that is crazy. We have Birdo, we have Piantas, we have so many different characters, they're going into outer space, they're going to be across the galaxy, this is why I had this concern in the first place. We're jumping straight to Galaxy. I may be ranting here, but these trailers are causing me to rant. You see how it takes me so long to even just talk about all the stuff we have already. Now imagine what they're saving for the movie. There's going to be even more fanfare, even more Easter eggs, and the runtime for this movie is about the same as the first. It's about an hour and a half, maybe a little bit more. So they're going to have to fit in an actual plot to make all these things connect. And if they don't, they're going to leave us confused, overwhelmed by everything that's happening on the screen. And that's why I think they just need to answer a few simple plot questions. And then we'll be able to be satisfied with the movie we see and actually enjoy these Easter eggs. The first one is, where is Donkey Kong? When they announced the Super Mario Galaxy movie, they announced all of the characters that would be returning from the first movie, and left off that list was Donkey Kong and Cranky Kong. Now we know the logistical reason is because there's going to be a Donkey Kong movie in the future, so they're leaving him out of this one so that way he can star in his own big project. But that doesn't answer why, in the terms of the story, he's gone. Because if Donkey Kong and the Jungle Kingdom came to help when Bowser was the only threat, when there's a galactic threat, where Peach is recruiting the penguins, the Piantas, the Conquerors even, and all of these other characters like Yoshi and Rosalina are coming to help, you're telling me Donkey Kong is just going to choose to chill at home and sit this one out instead? That doesn't make sense. Now you can maybe say that everyone was there for Peach's birthday party and the castle got shot up to space, so those are the only ones there, but why wouldn't Donkey Kong be invited to that birthday party? You know, he also helped them save the world, so he should also be at that party. The only way I see it kind of being explained would be if they just say Donkey Kong's off on his own adventure, which is kind of a tired excuse. Or they could say that Donkey Kong is still in Brooklyn. I mean, don't forget all of the damage that they caused in Brooklyn because of the bonsai bill getting sucked up into the tube and shot into Brooklyn and sucking everything in and destroying the entire city. So maybe Donkey Kong has decided to stay behind, or maybe they needed someone to stay behind, and Donkey Kong is the strongest. So he's in Brooklyn helping to repair the city on behalf of Pauline. And maybe that's how we can wrap into a Donkey Kong story, because with Donkey Kong Bonanza, we see that Donkey Kong and Pauline are working together. So this would be a way to connect Donkey Kong and Pauline for the Donkey Kong movie. Now, that would be an excuse that I could kind of understand, because then all of this stuff is happening on the other side of the warp pipe, so he has no idea any of this is going on. Then that brings us to Bowser Jr., and there's a bunch of questions when it comes to him. 1, where did he get that paintbrush? 2, where did he come from? 3, who is his mom? And then 4, why was he not in the first movie? You know, Bowser never mentioned having a son. Bowser didn't have him by his side. He's gonna leave his kid all alone while he's going to try to conquer the world. I think they can explain this one away, and they've given hints with Bowser painting, and that Kamek's dark magic helps create Bowser Jr. from a Bowser painting. That would kind of make sense and would kind of answer why he wasn't in the first one, why he doesn't have a mom, and where he comes from. Then we see baby Mario and baby Luigi. How did that happen, and why are they the only ones that de-aged? So clearly this isn't time travel. Even though we see a T-Rex, we know that's going to be a part of the Cascade Kingdom from Mario Odyssey. So it's not time travel. So Mario and Luigi somehow got de-aged, We need an answer for that one too. Then we need to know how Rosalina is involved in all of this. The plot is seemingly that Bowser Jr. is trying to rescue his dad Bowser from Mario, Peach, and Luigi. Now obviously the movie is called Super Mario Galaxy, so you gotta have Rosalina, but why does she fit into this storyline? And then there's the question of how is she related to Peach? Or does she know about Peach's history? Because Peach gave that little nod about galaxies out there, and the description for this movie has talked about Peach's past and some answers that could be out there in the galaxy. So what is Rosalina's role in this movie? Then I need to know what's the deal with Birdo and even Mouser. They're fighting Peach and Toad on this casino-like planet that seems to be like a hangout for Bowser's villains, but is Birdo working for Bowser Jr.? Or is Birdo just pissed that Peach showed up at her casino? Or is King Wart gonna be there? What is Birdo's role? Is she gonna be this movie's Donkey Kong, where at first she's an enemy and then she ends up helping out the crew? And of course, it's the question I've had from the beginning. It's the question I had in the Super Mario Galaxy games. And that's, how can all of these characters breathe in outer space? It's a miracle that Mario and Luigi were able to go in this warp pipe into this different universe and world and be able to breathe their air. It just so happened to be oxygen. Now they're going in outer space and they're still able to breathe. You'd think that either Mario and Luigi, who are humans, can't breathe that air, or Yoshi, who's some kind of mutant dinosaur Koopa thing, can't breathe that air, or Toads aren't equipped to breathe that air. But no, everybody's perfectly fine with breathing space air. Is that going to be addressed at all? Now, I am raising all of these concerns because I am really excited for this movie. What they've shown us so far, it makes it seem like it's this huge, giant project. And then I see that it's only an hour and 30 minutes long. It's going to be crazy to jump from Super Mario Bros. To Super Galaxy and have it be a smooth transition and a story that makes sense and doesn't feel rushed. I just hope that the Easter eggs fit with the plot rather than trying to make the plot make sense so that way they can have these Easter eggs in there, you know? So if they can just answer a few of these basic questions, like where's DK? How did Bowser Jr. show up? And what's Rosalina's role? I think those are the three big questions we need answered, and we don't just need them to be thrown away answers like, oh, Donkey Kong's off doing his own thing. Oh, Bowser Jr. wasn't here, but he is here now and he's Bowser's son. End of discussion. And oh, Rosalina's protector of the galaxy, so she's here to be on the good guy's side for all of this. No, we need some in-depth storytelling, which I know isn't Nintendo's strong suit, but they've built a strong foundation and they have a lot of fanfare, and a strong story can really tie this whole thing together. I'm super excited about the Super Mario Galaxy movie, and I just want to know what you guys think. And are you guys worried about this story, or are you guys just excited to see the Easter eggs? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll catch you on the next one.